When you hear the word design, you probably think about how stuff looks, but our world is full of poorly designed towers, beds, computer mice, or kitchen cabinets that suck because of how they work rather than how they look. Hi, I'm Ilya, the founder of Eleken, a product design agency for SaaS. I've been working in product design for over 10 years. In today's video, we'll talk about what product design is and discuss 3 common misunderstandings about the design. If you're new here, please like and subscribe and leave your product design definition in the comments. Here is the definition of design by UX guru Don Norman. Design is really an act of communication, which means having a deep understanding of the person with whom design is communicated. That may sound confusing, but only until you see an example of miscommunication. This door opening phenomenon is called the Norman door. Here we're talking about any door that's confusing because it communicates push instead of pull and vice versa. Designers can easily make handles intuitive, but since they prefer not to bother, we have an intuitive explanation of what bad design is. The Norman door story brings us the idea once formulated by Steve Jobs. Design isn't just how it looks like and feels like, design is how it works. Now, what's about product design? When we know that design means figuring out how something is supposed to work, then product design, as we can logically conclude, takes care of how products are supposed to work. Sometimes products refer to material objects such as furniture, electronics, or cars. But when IT guys say product design, they typically speak about software products. But let's go a bit deeper than that. In Eleken Design Agency, we define product design as a process of implementing new flows and patterns in software products by specifying users' problems and finding solutions to these problems based on the business needs. The design process is user-centered, complex, and never-ending. Let's decode those 3 characteristics one by one. Product design is a user-centered process. In 2009, Airbnb was close to going bust. The team understood that the app wasn't working because of the terrible room photos. They traveled to New York, rented a camera, spent some time with customers listing properties, and replaced amateur pictures with high-resolution images. Improving the pictures was the product design decision. This decision doubled the weekly revenue to $400 and allowed Airbnb to overcome its crisis. Every Airbnb story illustrates that product design is not about making beautiful interfaces. It's not necessarily about interfaces at all, but it's always about users, and only sometimes those touch points are within the interface. Product design is a complex process. Eleken designers spend about 75% of their time on things other than design. What are they doing then? If you ever read anything about UI and UX, you are probably familiar with at least one design process model: a diamond, a double diamond, a triple diamond, a spiral, a loop, whatever. The design process usually starts with understanding the problem. Then you proceed by researching for ideas and how to solve the problem. That ultimately leads to a solution discovery and implementation. All those frameworks aim to explain designers' tasks beyond the pushing pixels in Figma. All of them are right, but far too simplistic. Product design is a complex process that doesn't always go smoothly. The time and effort required in each particular case are unpredictable, and the road to success is anything but the direct line between points A and point B. If you want a more accurate model of a creative process, check out a design squiggle by Damien Newman. Product design is a never-ending process. Treat product design like a garden that needs constant care and attention. Grass trimming, nurturing, and pruning. As soon as you decide you're done with the user experience, it starts getting overrun with seeds. Without designers caring, new features stack on top of each other, adding complexity to the design and decreasing the quality of the experience. In a couple of years, apps that turn into piles of features require urgent redesign, otherwise they risk burying old business under the rubble. If you're thinking about giving your app a fresh new look but not sure if it's the right move, check out one of my previous videos where I break down all the pros and cons about the product redesign so you can make an informed decision. To build great products, designers constantly revise what has been already done. They build, measure, and learn to create better user experience, and then measure again to find what can be improved to maximize the business value. The value of good design is obvious to some people but completely unclear to others. And as you know, the obvious things are the hardest to explain rationally. Luckily, there are researchers that bring substantial arguments to the importance of design in business value. McKinsey followed 300 companies in different countries and industries for 5 years to find out how design approaches correlated with financial success. They measured the McKinsey Design Index (MDI), that reflects the strengths of design in companies. The graphs presented in the research demonstrate that companies with higher MDI have the percentage of annual growth twice higher compared to the average. The same research showed that the companies that truly stand out in terms of design tend to have better financial performance than the competitors. So, to sum up, product design is a process that helps you build valuable product. This process is human-centered, complex, and never-ending. It's not about making things pretty, but about making things work. That sometimes also requires them to be pretty. That's all for now. Hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.